On Insuspicious Circumstances tonight, murder and the occult. A death foreseen in a crystal ball. A misleading message from the other side. And a dream which created a supernatural legend. Hello, I'm Edward Woodward. Tonight's true stories are both influenced by the occult, but, as we know with our cold, hard logic, those who claim they've had visitations or premonitions are merely a sham. Or are they?
Ah.
What is it? Can you see something?
Yes. A man. A military man. He passed over 15 years ago.
Oh, heavens.
He's a lieutenant, aged about 35.
Jack.
He was very close to you. He was a brother. No, he's not family.
My fiancé.
Look into the crystal, Miss Garnet-Orme. Concentrate. Hold my shoulder hard. And look into the crystal. Can you see him?
Yes, I can. I can see him. I can.
Such a tall, handsome man.
Yes. So handsome and tall.
Oh, but he's angry. Look at his eyes. He's terribly angry.
Oh, Francis, how could he be angry? Or anything else? Jack Grant's been dead since '94.
Agnes, he was speaking from the other side.
You heard him speak?
No, of course not. Only Miss Mount Stevens can receive the messages.
Messages? Francis, you scarcely know this woman. Who is she? What is she?
Don't be such a snob, Agnes. Just because she's a governess, she has to earn her living, poor thing, and she never charges for the crystal.
Oh, Francis, I thought you'd got over all that nonsense.
It isn't nonsense, it's true.
More hot water, please, Ahmed.
She saw simply everything about Jack and me. It was amazing. How we met at the ball in Darjeeling and the accident at the Durbar. She even knew the exact date it happened, Agnes. And how I was at home getting my trousseau ready when the telegram came, and how heartbroken I was, and how I finally decided to come back to India where I'd been so happy.
She obviously read that article in the Lucknow Gazette about you when you arrived.
That was 5 years ago, Agnes. I hadn't even met Miss Mount Stevens then. Besides, she never reads newspapers.
Oh, is that so?
It might interfere with the messages from the other side. Just imagine. She's promised to consult Mrs. Winter for me.
Who on earth is Mrs. Winter?
She's Miss Mount Stevens' control. She died in a motor accident in Birmingham, and now her spirit speaks through Miss Mount Stevens.
Ridiculous.
You can see it's the most terrible ordeal. It takes everything out of her, and she doesn't remember a single thing about it afterwards.
You have called me, and I'm here. What does your friend wish to know? She must ask me herself.
I wanted to know, why is Jack Grant angry?
He's angry with you. He is angry because your new lover is coming from England to India to propose marriage to you.
But I have no new lover.
Oh, you are right. Not new. Someone who has loved you faithfully for years. A doctor is finally coming to claim you.
Not Dr. Johnson.
Yes. Dr. Johnson. Yes, that's it. It's Dr. Johnson. Slave in hell. Oh, what a slave.
Cancelled her visit home? But why?
That frightful Eva Mount Stevens has got her in her clutches. She filled Francis's head with some poppycock about a certain young doctor on his way from England to propose to her.
Propose? But Francis must be nearly 50. What young doctor?
Dr. Johnson. He's the Garnet Ormes family doctor. He took over the practice when his father died. Francis was completely infatuated with him, I'm afraid.
This was after she lost her fiancé.
Oh, yes. 10 years after that, at least. Francis's sister, Henrietta, wrote to me about it at the time. She and I were at school together. Francis was convinced he was in love with her. Poor fellow. In the end, he left Yorkshire altogether.
Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear.
I know. No, I know.
It's what decided her brother to send her back to India. Obviously, the Mount Stevens woman has picked up the gossip about it from someone.
Obviously.
I'm trying to persuade Francis to come up to the hills with me for the hot weather.
You're going to Missouri again?
Oh, yes. I always find the Savoy Hotel so reliable. I must get Francis away from that woman.
He didn't even write to me, Ava.
Mrs. Winter did warn you. Dr. Johnson's afraid of his family. That's why he went back to England.
It's exactly what happened last time. They sent him away because he loved me.
Cheer up, Frances, dear. My goodness, there are countless men out here who would give anything to be married to you. But there are. A lovely woman like you.
You really think so, Ava?
I know so. I like my closest friends to call me Mamie. Will you?
I'd love to. Will you be going up to the hills for the hot weather next month, Mamie?
We can't all afford smart hotels, you know.
For the British in India, the summer heat was purgatory itself. As the temperature began to climb, the well-heeled took to the cool of the hills. And so, in the summer of 1911, the ladies of Lucknow society adjourned to the Savoy Hotel in the hill resort of Missouri.
It's absolutely ridiculous. It never rains up here in June.
Let's hope it doesn't last. Mamie!
Francis.
What a wonderful surprise. Do you know Mrs. Rennick?
Yes, I believe we have met. Down in Lucknow.
Have we? I'll see you at dinner, Francis.
What a stroke of luck. I've been engaged as governess to Colonel Mellard's grandchildren. He's a lovely old gentleman, so gallant. And such a flirt. Colonel Mellor. May I present my dear friend, Miss Garnet Orme?
How do you do?
Colonel Mellor.
It's absolutely outrageous. How dare he dismiss you? What for?
I can't tell you. I mustn't.
Mamie, what's happened?
It would be wrong of me to speak about it, Frances, even to you. He's moved them all to another hotel. He's refused to pay my bill here.
Oh, my poor girl.
And the manager says I've got to leave today. Oh, Frances, what shall I do?
What you'll do, Mamie dear, is stay here at the hotel for just as long as you like, as my guest.
Oh, no, Frances, I couldn't possibly let you.
Don't be silly. Aren't we best friends? Now, dry your eyes and let's go down to luncheon as if nothing had happened.
Emily's right, Mabel. After all, you are the borough Memsahib. She might listen to you.
Oh, my dear, I doubt it. My dressmaker told me that Frances is having a whole new wardrobe made for that woman. But there's worse than that. She heard Frances is buying a big new bungalow in Lucknow, and the two of them are going to live there together.
She's nothing but an adventuress.
Oh, this dreadful weather.
Oh, there you are, Francis. Good afternoon, Dr. Osborne.
Afternoon, Miss Rennick, Miss Campbell.
We're off to see the Old Hill Temple this afternoon. Will you come, Francis? You too, of course, Dr. Osborne.
Thanks so much. I'm too busy, I'm afraid.
He's been simply wonderful with my back. So gentle.
Well, Francis, will you join us for our little trip? We can't let the rain spoil everything. We're hiring a carriage.
I'm sure we'd love to come.
Well, actually, there's only room...
Agnes wants us to join her for a sightseeing trip.
Oh, what a shame we're not free. We're going shopping in the Landau Bazaar.
Goodbye.
Did you notice, Agnes? She was certainly wearing perfume.
Dr. Osborne, please come in.
Miss Garnet-Orme, I thought you called me because you were ill.
No. I need your help because I know I can trust you as a friend. I want you to witness my will.
Your will? My entire capital of £12,000. The bungalow at Lucknow. All contents to my dearest and greatest friend, Eva Mount Stevens. Forgive me, but, shouldn't you wait and get this drawn up properly by a lawyer?
I can't wait, Doctor. You see, I've had a presentiment that I may die very soon. Perhaps even this very night. He didn't even look at me.
He was too moved, dear.
What do you mean?
Remember how he turned away so quickly when you spoke about the presentiment of your death? I saw his face, Francis. He was struck to the heart.
Was he really, Mamie? What do you suppose Mrs. Winter meant by soon?
Oh, she could have meant anything up to 30 years.
Oh. Well, that's all right, then.
Francis! Doctor! Dr. Osborne, thank goodness! Francis! She needs air.
Well, as you're such an old friend of her family, Miss Rennick, I can tell you that, in my opinion, it was simply an hysterical symptom. There is absolutely nothing medically wrong with her.
Oh, that's a great relief. Dr. Osborne, that woman won't let me in to see Francis. Could you speak to her for me?
Well, you'll pardon me, but I'd rather not get involved in any personal way.
Dear Alice, I'm sorry to say that my friend is very ill. The doctor says she has serious heart disease. Sometimes she imagines that her dead fiancé is calling to her, and she longs to go to him. It's going to be so wonderful when I do come home, Alice. I intend to enjoy life thoroughly and see a little of London. It will be so nice to have plenty of money and know that one has no need to be careful of it. Dear Alice, did I tell you about the sister in Yorkshire? She's a terrible grab-all, and this one hates her. The sister gambles and has got through 2 fortunes, and I expect she wants this one. But she will never have it if I can stop her. Dear Alice, my friend has now got 3 doctors and trained nurses in attendance day and night. I fancy she will die soon. I see such a change in her, as does everyone. I've put the will in the bank. Now, do you remember exactly what I told you?
After I've got into bed, I rub half the powder on the letter I've written to Dr. Osborne. Robert.
The love letter?
Yes, a love letter. Then I rub the other half onto my chest.
On your breast, Francis. You rub it all over your breast.
Shh, Mamie. Surely there's no need to...
This is a very potent love powder, Francis. Don't be so silly and squeamish. And please remember, I did tell you it can take up to 2 weeks to work. So you mustn't be impatient. Promise?
I promise, Mamie.
Beware. I see danger.
What kind of danger, Mrs. Winter?
You are sound asleep in your bed. Woman stands over you. A friend. A family friend. But she is holding a dagger.
A dagger? Who is it? Who is she?
I see the letter A.
Agnes? What a shame you're leaving now, just when it's finally stopped raining.
Oh, well, can't be helped. Goodbye, Francis.
Oh, I shall miss you, Mamie.
Ooh, I forgot. Can you please post this for me? Dear Alice, I'm going back to Lucknow to pack up her old house. The idea is we move into the new one in about a month. Well, we'll see. When I come into the money, I've decided that Dad must retire. I shall put enough in the bank so that he can live comfortably on the interest.
Would you credit it? She told you you'd work for a rich lady who'd leave you all her money.
And her property.
I've never had my palm read. They can tell the future, eh?
They certainly can. And this palmist was world famous. And you'll never guess what else she told me, Miss Jackson.
What?
She said that the rich lady would get ill and die. In 1911. In the 9th month.
That's September.
Between the 15th and the 25th days.
And today's September the 18th.
Jackson, wake up. Do wake up.
What's the matter?
It's Frances. She's here in the room.
What? There's nobody there. There's nothing. Miss Garnetorm's in Missouri. You know that.
I saw her. She was over there by the chair. I swear to you I saw her.
On the morning of September the 19th at the Savoy Hotel, Missouri, Frances Garnett Orme's servant brought her early morning tea, as usual. There was no response to his tap at the door, so he knocked louder. And then, much louder. Worried by the uncharacteristic silence, he raised the alarm.
I think you should call the police, Mr. Palazzi. I shan't be able to issue a certificate for this death.
The post-mortem established that Frances had died on or about midnight of the night before. At 10 minutes to midnight on the same night, 300 miles away, here in Lucknow, Eva Mount Stevens claimed to have seen Frances standing by a chair. The post-mortem revealed that Frances had been poisoned with prussic acid. Now, prussic acid causes immediate convulsions followed by loss of consciousness. Frances could hardly have composed herself so neatly if she had taken that poison herself. The police were baffled. There was no sign of poison anywhere near the bed. They did find a knife with traces of prussic acid. And in the fireplace, the remains of the kind of a red seal found on poison bottles. Then there was the half-finished letter written by Frances to Mamie.
My dearest Mamie, I'm so looking forward to seeing our new bungalow. I'm simply counting the days now till we go to Lucknow on the 27th.
It was hardly a suicide note.
Oh, Inspector, this is our Memsahib. She'll tell you.
As the police soon discovered, there was no shortage of theories and opinions about Eva Mount Stevens' forthcoming in Missouri, and none of them to her credit. And when Dr. Osborne told them about witnessing Frances's will, the Lucknow police were brought in. They called at the new bungalow where Mamie was settling in nicely. And there they found another letter. This one was sealed, stamped, and ready for the post. It was addressed to a Mrs. Mackford in Portsmouth.
Dear Alice, of course nothing can be discovered to arrest me for my dear friend's death, for there is nothing to discover. She was one of those unfortunate creatures who believed in spiritualism, and I am afraid this caused her to take her own life. But one never knows what sort of silly clue the police may get hold of. Still, nothing could come of it, and I don't care a damn, as I have money to punish them afterwards.
And in Portsmouth, Mrs. Mackford handed over a number of other incriminating letters from Mamie. But this one was the clincher. She was one of those unfortunate creatures who believe in spiritualism. Mamie was charged with murder. But she had been 300 miles away when Frances died. The police settled on two charges. One, that she had caused the death of Frances Garnett Orme on or about the 18th of September, or two, that she had abetted the murder. The many prosecution witnesses included a lady who reported a bizarre conversation she had had with Mamie all the way back in June, Mrs. Hester Reed.
Miss Mount Stevens, I thought you were in Missouri with Miss Garnett Orme.
I've just come down to collect some jewellery for her.
How is she?
Dying.
What do you mean? Dying of what?
Heart.
I can't believe it. Does the family know? Her brother must come out and see that she gets the proper medical attention.
By the time he got here, it would be too late. She'd be dead.
Well, at least he'd be here to settle her affairs.
But there's nothing to settle. Everything's been left to me. £12,000 and her property.
I can hardly congratulate you, Miss Mount Stevens. Francis is my friend. Couldn't you at least take her little dog back with you? I know she misses him dreadfully. He might cheer her up.
I'm afraid not. It might be a case of see doggy and die.
The court was to consider two theories. The first, suicide, covered up by a friend. Perhaps Agnes Rennick off for her regular 7 a.m. ride. She would have known that Frances always locked her door last thing at night.
Francis?
As suicide was still a crime in 1911, she might not have wanted the world to know how her friend died.
My God.
The other theory involved an accomplice promised money by Mamie. After all, £12,000 then is equivalent to £500,000 now. The theory went that Mamie had left a love potion with Francis. Now, there would have been two of these. One, the love potion, the other put in its place by the accomplice and containing prussic acid. The police never offered an explanation of who the accomplice was. It might have been an employee of the hotel or a friend of Mamie's. For, while unpopular with the ladies, she was popular with the men. Whoever it was, they had made one error. Arranging Frances' body so carefully aroused suspicion. She looked as if she had been laid out for a burial. In his summing up, the judge warned the jury against judging Miss Mount Stevens according to their own prejudices and suspicions. He told them that if the case was not proved to their total satisfaction, it was their duty to find a verdict of not guilty, which, after being out for precisely 8 minutes, the jury did. Eva Mount Stevens left the court a free woman, with great expectations. It was a little odd that in his summing up, the judge made no reference to his examination of the accused on the last day of the trial. He began by asking her if she could explain why she wrote so many letters saying that Miss Garnet Orr was ill, when plainly she was not.
No.
Then he asked if she could give any explanation about stating categorically to Mrs. Hester Reed in June that Miss Garnet Orme was on the point of death.
No.
Well, was she able to explain the prophecy of Miss Garnet Orme's death, which she hinted at to Miss Elizabeth Jackson, or her insistence that she had seen the deceased in the hotel room at Lucknow on the very night she died?
No.
Or could she tell the court why, after such a relatively short acquaintance, Miss Garnet Orme had changed her will and left everything to her?
I would rather not. It is a case of honour. To explain anything, I should have to break a promise, and I do not wish to do so.
Apparently, the judge didn't see fit to pursue any of these unsatisfactory and enigmatic answers. Could it have been his opinion that convicting an Englishwoman of murder might have set a bad example for the natives? At any rate, on October the 12th, 1912, off went Mamie to the District and Sessions Court of Saharanpur, where she had applied for the probate of Frances's will. She was turned down flat and didn't get a penny. In our next story, the man whose dream came true.
Just one more, Mr. Lee. Sit down. Public doesn't only want to hear your story, Mr. Lee. I also want to see the man who's become a legend.
A legend? Me?
With the help of my paper, sir, you're soon going to be the most famous man in England.
Did you hear that, man? Famous?
Not short of money, either.
How do you mean, not short of money?
Well, sir, you being released from prison today, it's a good story in itself. But if you were to tell your own tale, now that would be worth a few £1,000s. You know, what really happened that night? How she died. And especially, how you're still around to tell the tale. Did you kill her, Mr. Lee? And how did you make sure they wouldn't be able to... Rest easy, Mr. Lee. Just the other papers.
They'll want my story.
Face the camera, Mrs. Lee.
John Lee was 42 years old when he was released from prison in 1907. His return home to Devon was the final act in one of the most extraordinary dramas in British judicial history. A story that began 22 years earlier when the young John Lee had served a prison sentence for theft.
John Lee. I recall when you were a stable boy here.
Yes, ma'am, I was never happier.
I said then that you had too easy a disposition. I told your mother you were easily led astray.
Yes, ma'am, I was.
Led into thievery. Led into jail. If you were to come back and work here, would you mend your ways? Think carefully of the consequences before you act.
Yes, ma'am. Think carefully. No more rashness.
Very well. You can assist the gardener and work around the house. And then perhaps something better will come along, if you prove yourself diligent and honest.
Miss Case, I shall always be in your debt.
Oh, we are all in the good Lord's debt, John, now and for all eternity. Do you make sure of praying to him at the rising and setting of the sun?
Oh, yes, ma'am. The rising and the setting of the sun.
Well, if it isn't your little brother.
Here I am, Lizzie.
Oh, John. Now listen. You watch yourself here. Remember my position. I've got a good life here and I won't let anyone spoil it, and not even the little brother that I love. What do you want to go and do that stealing for anyway?
Oh, you know me, Lizzie. All I ever wanted was to go to sea. And when I got sick and had to leave the Navy, I thought my life was finished. Didn't matter what I did.
Well, you've got a second chance now.
And I shall make the most of it.
Lee soon settled in, with his half-sister, the cook, keeping a watchful eye on him. With a steady job and a new girl, Lee's life looked set. For a while.
'Tisn't fair, and you know it. What cause have I given you?
No cause, John, but that is not...
Only 9 months I've been here. Hardly any time at all.
John, this affects everyone, not just you. If you'd just let me explain. I've decided to sell this house because I
What
have
about me
no
and Kate? I told her father and mother I had good prospect. We were to marry in the spring. How am I supposed to do that without a steady wage? Even if it was just a spit in the ocean to a rich old crow like you.
You serpent of ingratitude. Wait! I haven't finished with you yet.
for that clock. What's wrong with him?
Oh, he's only gone and had a row with the missus. She's cut his wages to 2 shillings a week just to punish him.
You talking about me? Making a fool of me?
All right. So the missus is still in the house and she doesn't need you. You'll get another job.
It's easy for you to say. Cook's a proper job. Oh, you know, Lizzie, if she don't give me a character, I'll never get another place. You talk to her, will you?
Well, I'll see what I can do, but I can't promise, not after the way you made her rage. Listen. What you need is something to cheer you up. So, how about one of our little suppers? You and Kate? What do you say?
2 weeks after Lee's row with Miss Keyes, and it seemed the household had settled down to its usual routine and rituals.
Eliza, wake up. Something's burning. You go on down, I'll see to Mrs.
Mister, come on! Come on, get downstairs!
Oh, dear God!
Emma Keyes was murdered in the early hours of the morning of November the 15th, 1884. Her throat was cut and she had been battered around the head. A mark caused by a mixture of blood and paraffin proved that Emma Keyes had been struck down here, less than 6 feet away from this pantry where Lee slept. The police soon found compelling evidence in the pantry. The tin containing paraffin, which was used to start the fires, it was smeared with blood.
Blood? Right.
And perhaps the most damning evidence was the knife which had been used to cut Miss Keyes' throat. Had someone else put the knife in the pantry drawer, they would have risked disturbing Lee from his sleep. Yet Lee still maintained that he knew nothing until he was awakened by Elizabeth.
I didn't put it there.
The police sifted the evidence and arrested John Lee.
Lee, I believe you're already acquainted with Mr. Templar. He has volunteered to act as your solicitor, if you're agreeable.
Reginald Templar, who had been a legal advisor to Miss Keyes, had the manner of a man who knew his client was innocent. But he faced a daunting task. Lee had been foolish enough to make a threat about burning down the house to both the local postman and his own sister.
If you don't give me a character, I'll burn this house down and stand and watch it on the old Lizzie. You see if I don't.
Means, opportunity, and motive. But Lee calmly maintained his innocence throughout the trial. He was sentenced to hang at Exeter Prison on February the 23rd, 1885.
I have dreamed a very singular and strange dream. I thought the time was come, and I was led to the hanging place. I saw no one else on the scaffold beside me. I seem to be alone in space.
I am the resurrection and the life, saith the Lord. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. Though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see God. Whom I shall see for myself, and mine eyes shall behold, and not another. We brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. We meekly beseech thee, O Father, to raise us from the death of sin unto the life of righteousness, that when we shall depart this life, we may rest in him, as our hope is this our brother doth, that at the general resurrection in the last day we may be found acceptable in thy sight, and receive that blessing from thy well-beloved Son, to all that love and fear thee, saying, Come, ye blessed children of my Father, receive the kingdom prepared for you from the beginning of the world. Grant this, we beseech thee, O merciful Father, through Jesus Christ, our mediator and redeemer. Amen.
Take them off the trapdoors. Shut the doors again.
Chaplain, read the offers again.
Didn't
you check it before, man? Yes, it worked. There was no problem.
The kingdom prepared for you in the beginning of the world. Grant this, we beseech thee, O merciful Father, through Jesus Christ, our mediator and redeemer. Amen.
Kick the boards!
God's name, stop this. We cannot go on.
Three times the executioner pulled the lever. And 3 times the trapdoor stayed shut. 3 times the good Lord in heaven reached down and held them shut because he knew I was innocent. And I knew he'd save me. Because in the darkest hours during my trial, he came to me and said, Fear not, but put your trust in me, and all shall be well. And then, the night before they tried to hang me, he sent me a dream. A dream I would not hang.
Those who attended his one-man show or bought his autobiography must have thought they were going to get the full story of the murder. But Lee insisted he knew nothing about it. Soon legends and myths swirled around John Lee. One story had it that a witch had cast a spell on the gallows. But then other miracles came along and John Lee's fame dwindled away. We don't even know where or when he died. He drifted into obscurity. Then long after Lee had disappeared from public view, probably after he was dead, a very odd thing happened. This is the March 16th, 1936 issue of the local Torquay paper. And according to a respected reporter, Lee visited 2 unnamed men in Torquay just after his release from prison. and told them this story.
We had lots of those little suppers, we call them. Me and my fiancée, Kate, and Lizzie. And, of course, her boyfriend, too. It was all because of him. There was never any trouble. And not till that night. About 1 o'clock in the morning.
Is this what you call paying me respect? Carrying on behind my back in my house? You'll leave first thing in the morning with that brother of yours. And as for you, your family and all your friends and colleagues will hear of this. And if you tell me it will ruin you, you should have thought of that. Lee, fetch the constable.
He went crazy. He battered her. Then he got a knife and cut her throat. He was mad. Like he was having a fit or something. Then he was normal again. Couldn't believe what he'd done.
We know his sister had a boyfriend because she was already pregnant on the night of the murder. She had the child 6 months later. So, who was he, this man at whom Lee apparently pointed the finger? The article doesn't name him, but it gives us one astonishingly specific clue. That soon after the murder, he became very ill, and later went mad and died. And that is exactly what happened to a key person in our story.
Lee, I believe you're already acquainted with Mr. Templar. He has volunteered to act as your solicitor, if you're agreeable.
Templar never got a chance to defend Lee. He collapsed during the inquest into Emma Key's death, and he died 2 years later, certified insane. According to the newspaper article, Lee set about covering up the unnamed man's crime. Or tried to. This version of events makes good sense. Someone had tried to cover up the crime by setting fire to the house. But it didn't have to be the murderer. After all, Lee had good reason to protect the father of his sister's child, not to mention his own fiancée. Lee had spent 2 years in prison when Templar died, so it seemed odd that he didn't speak out then and save himself from 20 years behind bars. But Lee didn't know Templar was dead. And even when he did, he simply went on protesting his innocence.
Death of sin unto the life of righteousness. That when we shall depart this life...
But whatever the truth, John Lee is remembered to this day as the man they couldn't hang. Saved by an extraordinary event which, according to Lee's warders, he had predicted in his dream. But there is one thing we know for certain about the man they couldn't hang, and that is why they couldn't hang him. What the hangman had not tested was the effect the weight of a man had on the mechanism. Once John Lee stood on the doors, they pressed heavily down upon the bolts which held them shut. The scaffold had been badly assembled. The simple truth of it was that John Lee prevented his own execution. The legend of the man they couldn't hang was created not by supernatural intervention, but by bad carpentry. Dreams and premonitions. It may be tantalizing to believe in them, but rarely, if ever, do they give us the whole truth. I will be back next week with more true crimes committed in suspicious circumstances. Until then, I bid you good night.